brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
I wonder if his moral values align with all those kids being rescued. Herb Brooks, the coach of the 1980 Miracle on Ice gold medal winning Olympic hockey team, told his players once, the name on the front is a hell of a lot more important than the one on the back. That's a message forgotten by some in this generation of entitled Olympic athletes. In fact, they're used to the Olympics. They're using it to attack the country that gave them the opportunity to compete. Boomer Esiason is a former NFL MVP quarterback who had the honor of carrying the Olympic flame torch ahead of the 2004 Athens Games. And it's great to have you with us today, Boomer.
Hi, Edie. Nice to see you. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. I want your reaction on the athletes who talk like this about their country while they're representing it on stage.
You know, I actually feel bad for them because I wonder why our athletes are the only ones that get asked those types of questions. You know, is anybody asking the Chinese athletes about their government? Is anybody asking the French athletes about their government? And I feel like these guys are being asked loaded questions, and I'm not sure why they feel like they have to answer them. You know, I have interviewed over 20 Olympic athletes, all successful, and my questions to them are always about them. What has it taken for them to get to where they are? What does it feel like to stand up there on the medal stage to receive a gold medal? And they all speak about the struggles that they had when they were kids, how important their parents were, the amount of time and effort it took to get there. And never once did we ever talk about politics because they may have thought a little bit differently than I did. And I was there to celebrate who they were as an athlete. And that's what we should be doing as a media when we are covering the Olympics. We should never be asking questions that are leading these people down these roads that get them in trouble because half the country is going to hate the answer no matter what the answer is.
And they don't understand that.
Right. So but I always think this. I always think that when the flag is involved, especially, that we should all be patriots, that we all should take pride in that flag, and we should all have an eternal grateful feel in our heart for all the people that died for 250 years of freedom and opportunity for every single one of us. And that's why I really felt bad for those Olympic athletes that answered that particular question the way that he did.
Yeah, but he made a great point. They aren't asking those other countries' athletes about that. Very astute.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, like, you can ask an Iranian athlete. I think there was a couple there from Iran. I don't know if anybody asked them anything about their government. So I don't like to get knee deep in politics. I am a conservative independent for 100%. I just hate when athletes feel like they have to say something when they're on the platform of something that really it shouldn't be a part of politics. It should be part of celebrating the sports, the history of the Olympics, going for a gold medal, accomplishing something that nobody ever thought you could accomplish, and celebrating all the people back home here that supported you to get where you are. And that's why some other Olympians say things along those lines. It's just I feel like these guys got cornered into a specific situation where they didn't have the right answer.
Yeah, exactly. Team USA Hockey still seems to understand the importance of competing on the Olympic stage. So take a listen to this player.
I mean, this is being able to represent the U.S. at this stage in the Olympics is one of the greatest honors that I've ever had. So I'm truly grateful to be here representing the red, white, and blue.
There you go. That is exactly how they need to be answering it, right? And I know you're a big hockey fan, aren't you?
I am. So that's Brady Tkachuk. He plays for the Ottawa Senators. His brother is on the team. They actually are sharing a room in the Olympic Village. The Canadians went to a 5-star hotel. I don't know why they did that, but the Americans decided to stay in the Olympic Village, and the brothers are rooming together. So everybody's wondering whether or not one of the brothers is going to get thrown through the wall at some point during this week-long tournament. So it was great to see them win today. I was so happy, and it brings back memories of 1980. And I would tell all your viewers out there, whether you like Netflix or you don't, there's a great documentary on the 1980 Olympic team that is seen through the eyes of the players who played it. And it gives you a completely different perspective than the movie Miracle, but it gives you a real heartwarming sense of patriots, pride, and really doing something that nobody thought you could do. But Herb Brooks made those kids believe.
Yeah.
Not only did they believe, they walked away with the gold medal.
I will make you very envious. I happen to have a jersey signed by all the members of that team. It is a
I
prized
am
possession.
envious. I am.
Now, you made news last week by pointing out something that's pretty insane. The Super Bowl winning quarterback, Sam Darnold, lost $294,000 just by playing the big game in San Francisco. It's called California's jock tax. They don't just pay for the tax for the day the game is played where they are. It's based on a share of their entire annual salary. Can't the players do anything about that?
Well, they have. Back in 2019, the NHLPA took the city of Pittsburgh to court and sued, and they found that it was against the Pennsylvania state constitution. So they got all their money back. The Major League Baseball players who paid into it, the NFL players, any pro teams that paid into it got their money back from that particular suit. There's really nothing that Sam can do here. What people don't understand is that Sam currently plays for the Seattle Seahawks. He lives in the state of Washington. The state of Washington is one of 9 non-income tax states. So therefore, he pays no income tax. It's one of the reasons why you'd want to go to play there. That's why people want to play in Nevada. That's why they want to play in Tennessee. That's why they want to play in Texas. That's why they want to play in Florida. But what happens here, and this is going to blow your mind. I don't know if you know who Shohei Ohtani is. Do you know who he is?
Oh, of course.
All right. So he's a baseball player for the Dodgers. I'm not sure if your viewers know or not. So he signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with the Dodgers, who play in Los Angeles. He lives in Los Angeles. His W-2 form is only for $2 million per year over the next 10 years. Why? Because he deferred $680 million to 10 years from now. So what does that do? That limits his W-2 tax exposure to the state of California. And because we're only in the month of February and the Super Bowl was just played, Sam Darnold is going to have to play 2 more games in California next year in San Francisco, Santa Clara, like he did for the Super Bowl against the 49ers and against the Rams. His total tax bill on his W-2 that's coming out of Washington is going to be higher than that of Shohei Ohtani, who lives in California. Think about that for a minute. So this is what a constitutional republic's all about. 50 states, 50 different sets of tax laws, and then all the cumbersome paperwork and bureaucracy that goes along with it.
Yeah. Whoa. Opening our eyes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's great spending time with you and sharing your opinions with that. Thank you.
All right, Edie. Thank you very much.